The dream shifted. Dima Vyacheslavovic sat before the screen of black mesh as before, but this time he looked even paler, ill with terror. Alan couldn't hear the dialogue for some minutes, until a foreign entity's voice said, "My bad. I'll turn on the lights so your ears can smell it, watch out for the prelate." Then, there was sound. The mysterious voices of the magistrates were saying something in Russian, and Dima spoke the same. Subtitles appeared, and the magistrates were saying, "Why do you serve mastodons? They were North American creatures." "I serve all sorts of proboscideans," Dima said, his eyes fixed forward but periodically flicking to and fro as he examined his surroundings. The woolly mammoths were in Siberia as well as Canada and the States, not to mention Europe. Imperial and steppe mammoths are also glorious and grand. "Are you loyal to the Soviet Union?" "Of course." The dream shifted, and Alan beheld Abraham Lincoln flying by in Air Horse plane. Lincoln called out, "I am not a crook," before the dream shifted yet again. He was in a car with his grandmother, Jill Blackmer III, during her lifetime, during a trip to Texas they'd actually taken when he was 6. He distinctly recognized the surroundings as being between Corpus Christi, which they had just visited at that point, and San Antonio, their next stop. Except, this time, Jill said something she had not said in real life. "We're going to meet the donkey lady." Also different from his actual memory of the trip was the numerous gigantic pterosaurs sailing about mere meters above the car. Thalassodromeus and Tuplexuera, Cryodracon boreas and Nyctosaurus, Anurognathus and Pterodactylus and Pteranodon and Hatzegopteryx. All soaring about and occasionally shrieking or dive-bombing the adjacent fields in search of prey. Jill was saying something else about Nujumula and Wendigos, but he didn't quite catch the exact phraseology. At some point, the dream must have shifted while he was thinking about pterosaurs, though he didn't quite catch the transition this time, or at least couldn't now remember it. For he found himself inside a red lobster in Dallas, staring empathically at the tank full of snip-snapping Murphic-tailed crustaceans in a tank, awaiting their fate of being plucked out and boiled and eaten. He looked one of them in the eye, its eye stalk seeming to meet his gaze, and quoted a bit of Dylan Thomas at the poor critter, "Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage." The dream shifted again, and he was in a flying saucer alongside the big wizard. And he beheld a massive zeppelin in the firmament above being assailed by an even huger disembodied skeletal human hand. He once again heard in his mind the voice of the red-headed girl from aboard the Lokomoto, which was gradually joined by the chorus of goblins watching giant lobsters wrestle in cloud space. 37. 37. 37. 37. He beheld a woman with an ear for a head, who was wearing an elaborate dress which appeared to be of centuries-old European vintage. She consumed a large cake and began erupting glue before her earhead popped off altogether. "Pop, pop," came Lincoln's voice again, and Alan looked up saw his homeland's 16th president flying past again in Amelia Earhart's aircraft.